Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a question I've gotten multiple times over the last week, so much so that I have to assume that somebody on like a major network mentioned it as a possibility, and I just haven't heard about it. We're going to go through it as kind of a thought exercise because there's something in the question that I think is very valuable, and I think that we should consciously recognize it. The question is whether or not the outgoing President of the United States, Donald Trump, might go to a foreign power with the secrets that he has. It's a cool question. Like most things of a clandestine nature, the answer is it depends. It depends. I mean, the idea of a president, a head of state, flipping and becoming an asset of a foreign power, that is amazing. It's unthinkable, right? Not really. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And realistically, there's not a service on the entire planet who wouldn't love to debrief a president of the United States. So, on its face, and this isn't a silly question, it happens all the time with countries that we view as lesser. Okay, so now that we've established, sure, the opposition would definitely try to do something like that. The next question is the pragmatic stuff, the realistic stuff. Does he actually have anything that they can use? Does he have anything to offer them? We've talked about it before on this channel. Why secrets become secrets. Why secrets are secret. It's not the information itself. Things become classified to obscure means and methods, to hide how the information was obtained. Put it in a Cold War setting. We find out that the Soviets have a new secret plane. They can know that we know that they have a secret plane. They can know the specs that we have because they're their specs. They can know that we know that they know. What they can't know is how we know, because that would endanger the assets on the ground. In the very early days of the Trump administration, there were people that had trouble getting clearances. 20 people have asked this. 20 people have asked me about whether or not Trump could end up working for a foreign power. I'm assuming those people aren't in the intelligence field. If 20 average Americans have considered it as a possibility, I assure you that the professional paranoids in our intelligence services have. Obscuring means and methods when writing a report for intelligence officers, that's just Tuesday. It's not a big deal. It's something they do all the time. I would bet just about anything that from the very beginning, any report that the president received had the means and methods obscured, unless he absolutely had to know them. So, what does that mean that he has? What does he have to offer? Loose information about programs, no technical specifics, no means and methods, just the idea that yes, this exists somewhere. But to be honest, the opposition services probably already know all of that. Historically, the U.S. actually isn't top tier at this. The U.S. isn't the best. The opposition countries right now are. Russia, China, Israel, and the UK are really good too. Those are the best countries. They probably already know everything the president. They probably know more than he knows because they actually read their reports. And we know that he doesn't always read his daily briefing. We know that he didn't really pay attention in them. So even if there was some means and methods that got disclosed, he probably didn't hear it or didn't read the report that it was in. It's unlikely that he has anything of value for them. It doesn't mean they wouldn't debrief him just as a propaganda win, but doesn't really have anything of value, and they can't just go off of what he says either. Would you trust him? If he was your asset, would you trust him? How credible are his statements? A person who makes up numbers on the fly, who embellishes everything. His information wouldn't be worth anything. But, to be honest, if a foreign power got access to Trump, he wouldn't be used for gathering information. It's not what that would be a really poor use of him. He would be used as an agent of influence. Somebody who uses his position, whether it be an official one or just a thought leader, to influence policy, to influence public opinion in a manner that is beneficial to the opposition service. That's how he would be used. Is that possible? Yeah, sure. Realistically, yeah. I mean, that, absolutely, it is possible. I haven't seen any hard proof of that. I wouldn't discount it, but I haven't seen anything that makes me believe he is anything more than incompetent. A lot of his decisions did, in fact, benefit one of the opposition nations. That's true. But I don't know that he was instructed to do that. I think that he was probably just bad at what he did. So why do I think this is cool? Why do I think this was a cool thought exercise? Because it can happen here. Right now, because of President Trump, the American people are having to entertain ideas that they've never had to entertain before, such as whether or not there's going to be a peaceful transfer of power. Is our president a puppet? I think that this is something that we should be consciously aware of. It really flies in the face of that American exceptionalism, that it can't happen here. And the more people that recognize that, yeah, absolutely it can happen here, the more we're on guard for it, and the less likely it is to happen. So, did Trump or will Trump sell secrets to the bad guys? We don't know. If he does, we will know. Because the most valuable thing to an intelligence service when it comes to this would be disclosing that they planted somebody as the head of state of the United States. That would be the ultimate propaganda win. It would force the United States to spend billions upon billions upon billions of dollars to increase security and background checks. It would just strike at the very foundations of democracy in this country. So just rest assured that if this is the case, they're going to tell us, because it would be the ultimate black eye for the United States. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.